Ladies and gentlemen, mostly gentlemen, because it's a mobile game, it's Wednesday night, or it's Thursday if you're watching this tomorrow, which means the patch notes have been live for pretty much the whole day, and we got new stuff in the game. So let's go over the patch notes and see what's coming tomorrow, the 14th of September 2023. So without further ado, we're going to move right over to the official Facebook page. So 15 hours ago, I am way behind the ball, but I'm still going to read them, and I'm going to give you my thoughts, and we'll see if we can't decipher what they tell us, because a lot of times the English isn't very good. Now, blah, 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 500 diamonds. Looking at you, donks. So what do we get? New hero. We got a new hero tomorrow. They say and hero optimizations, but really they haven't done a hero optimization in a long time. Like, was Zeta the last one with her buff? Because who have they really touched? Zeta they buffed, Artis they nerfed, and Falvia they buffed. That's about it. So we're getting a new hero, Arcadia. I'm gonna forever refer to her as Arcade, because it's easier, Arcadia. The Archdemoness. In fact, you know what? Why don't we just go check out and read out her kit first, right? Because I skipped. Whoa! That's loud. That's loud. Okay, let's make this full screen. And let's turn this down. And then let's turn this music off. Here we go. Because I want you guys to get the full scope of this intro, because these guys have been really cheeky on this one. It's like they're very, very much playing on the here's my boobs, don't look at my boobs, right? So of course a sexy demon, and then she comes down here, big old cleavage shot, grabs the camera, and she's like up here honey, up here honey, eyes up. So not a movie, but yeah, she looks wicked. I like it. I like it. No, we don't need to see it again. Okay, let's turn my normal music back on. Where's my camera? Where is it? There it is. All right. One more button. F11. There we go. Okay. Okay. So Arcadia. Let's actually read her stuff here really quick. Let's just do a quick overview of Arcadia's kit. I don't know why this slider's over here, but oh well, whatever. So, ultimate skill. Her ultimate skill, piercing arrow. And I've already read through this kit, by the way. So, Arcadia, or Arcade, fires her crossbow in the selected direction, dealing damage to all targets. Now, selected direction kind of reads like, say, like bot mark, or I'm assuming just bot mark, but it says she just fires it in a direction, dealing damage to all targets, so I'm assuming it's going to follow a path. Simultaneously inflicts basic attack effects on the affected enemies. That's so that she works with the S commander Carmota, who turns basically basic attack effects and basic attacks, turns them into pushbacks, right? So that is why they have to take this and make it a basic attack effect. The talent modifier on her ultimate reads, for every certain amount of attack speed, this skill deals additional damage to the first target hit. So what that sounds like to me is it is going to go through the entire path, but the first target is going to take the majority of the hits. Or it means it will just shoot them all at the first target, and if it dies, then it carries on. Probably more likely. The first common skill, Dark Missile, much like Ryzeris. So Arcade fires a burst of arrows at the closest target. So single target, but a bunch of hits. Prioritizes heroes. So the hunters are already anti-summons with Ryzeris. I use hunters right now as my summoner counter because it doesn't work on tanks. I'm hoping that this fine lady is going to turn it back into a tank counter. But we shall see as we get further on in her kit. But prioritizing heroes, meaning not summoned creatures. Talent modifier. This skill activates the basic attack effect. So this can also trigger the knockback from Carmona, but it also works on the bosses where you have to hit them with basic attacks, aka Molten Abyss, right? And probably the boss in Endless Battles that is probably currently live right now. That is why that they have to turn these skills into basic attack effects. It's just how hunters work nowadays. They've actually always worked like that, but now it prioritizes that effect. So her passive, she's got 2 passives. So that's it, really, for attacks, is her ultimate, which just deals a lot of attacks in a line, prioritizing first target. And then her second, again, a burst of attacks, prioritizing, does it say prioritizing the first target? Activates, wait, let's go back up. Yep. Closest target, again, prioritizing heroes. So everything in her kit is just going to attack the first person, and it's going to be a burst of attacks, and they're going to trigger basic effects. Passive skill, Retribution. After a specific number of those said basic attacks, Arcade activates a special effect. Ooh, okay, what is it? Oh, my chair's going down. Deals true damage to the target, and this damage can critically hit. Okay, so her passive is basically another special attack, right? After so many basic attack effects, her passive is going to trigger another attack that is true damage, but this is the first time that the true damage can critically hit. So the true damage is going to bypass all the armor and critically hit. This is an anti-tank weapon. This is your anti-tank, anti-armor piercing round, right? It's going to shoot right through that defense reduction, go straight to health, and it's going to be big because it's going to critically hit. So this alone tells me that you want her high crit damage. Or high crit rate, like high crit rate, and then prioritize attack speed, crit damage, attack. Talent modifier, when activated, Arcadia restores HP equal to a certain percentage of attack. So she self-heals. Okay, I like it. Especially since, actually, no, yeah, I was going to say it's probably scales with that attack damage, but it doesn't. It actually scales with her attack percentage. Okay, so attack, basically crit, attack speed, and attack, I'm reading, as the primary focused skills. Second passive, Soul Feast. That sounds metal. For each death of heroes, so think Rebecca. Rebecca's shields apply additional layers of shields when they kill a hero on the opposite side of the fence. So when you kill, or I don't know if it's going to count as allies, because that's not how Rebecca's work. Rebecca's works off of the enemy heroes dying. So I'm just going to assume that this is the same because it reads the same. She's going to gain 1 layer of Soul Feast for each death of an opposing hero or monster elite. That's in Twilight Lands. For each layer of said Soul Feast, increase her attack and attack speed. Okay, so she scales in damage the longer the fight goes on. Wow, okay. That could be really good. That could be really good. After death, Arcadia will revive and gain HP and energy depending on the number of Soul Feast layers. We don't know how much energy. Keep in mind it takes 600 to fill an ultimate bar. And we don't know how much HP. I'm assuming we're just going to get a live percentage tomorrow, or you already see it in game today. Talent, I'm losing my voice. Talent effect, or the talent modifier. Upon revival, Arcadia inflicts fear on nearby enemies. So when it says nearby enemies, to me that sounds like it's not going to be like summoned units. It's going to be the actual heroes themselves. But this is a one-time thing. Unless you're running her with Miranda, because then she's going to revive twice. Upon revival, Arcadia inflicts fear, right? Targets run away from Arcadia and take damage equal to a certain percentage of her attack every second. So it's a dot. Her fear is a dot. So she has to die, come back to life, and then she's going to fear, apply a dot. Okay. exclusive weapon. So this is her exclusive. So her unlock is Soul Feast enhancement. All allied heroes after her revival will instantly inflict damage on enemies around. We don't know how much. We don't know if it's just a basic attack. We don't know what that means. Unless it says, it's probably going to, because they leave out the modifiers when they write these little kits. It's probably going to say like something like all allied heroes after revival instantly inflict damage based on a certain amount of her attack speed or attack on enemies around. On enemies around? That's bad. That's bad English. Instantly inflict damage on enemies around them. Okay. Her X10. Dark Missile enhancement. That's her first common skill, or her only common skill, I do believe. Let's go. Let's look. Dark Missile. Yes, that is. It's her first and only common skill. This skill deals additional damage to targets with a shield or targets in the Guardian State. Okay. Guardian State means tanks. So, here we go. The true damage nuke that crits is anti-tank. Her common skill is anti-tank, dealing additional damage to tanks. Okay, I think, fingers crossed, that hunters are going to be the hard counter for tanks again. I hope, but they have to survive Teresh chucking someone in the back line. Retribution enhancement. This is her first passive. If there is a Wenfear ally in the same row, she takes less damage. We don't know how much damage reduction, but keep in mind they're already getting a bunch of damage reduction from Rebecca. So this a Wenfear ally. That means you have to basically pair her with Rizeris. So it's gonna most likely be Rizeris and Arcadia in the back row, Miranda and Rebecca in the middle row, and then if we're gonna stay true to form, Leo out front. Piercing Arrow enhancement. Piercing Arrow. What was Piercing Arrow? Oh, that's her ultimate. Okay, so her X30 is her ultimate. Okay. So, replaced by crossbow shots in directions. Okay, we got it. What does that mean, you say? So, it's going to now read, Arcadia fires crossbow shots in selected directions. So it is an AoE. It is probably like, looks like a fan with a bunch of directions. Right? So instead of a single line, like say Botmark, now her X30 turns her ultimate into an AoE. Where are we? Piercing damage. Replaced by crossbow shots in directions, and also increases the damage. Again, anti-tank. Because remember, her ultimate is also counts as basic effects, which means pushbacks. And if she's under Miranda's bubble, that means true damage. Yep. Okay, so what do we know about her? She is anti-tank. She's going to rely for stats. She's going to rely on crit rate and attack speed as primary, as most likely the primary stats, and then attack and crit damage. So that means attack speed means she has to be in either a Gluttony set or an Unleashed set. Most likely Unleashed is probably going to be ideal. And yeah, I'm excited, ladies and gentlemen. I'm excited for her. You know what I should have done? I should have like at least put it there so we could actually like stare at her, even though my head's in the way. Okay, I'm excited for her. Bring her on. I think she's going to be good. Oh, where are we? Where's the patch notes? There, right there. Okay. So cool. I can't wait. I will have her at X30 hyper evolved tomorrow. I do have an Unleashed set already set aside for her. So yeah, I will be testing her against some tanks, because that's all my friends list is basically assassins and tanks, maybe one energy and some summoners. So stay tuned tomorrow night or if you're watching this on Thursday morning, tonight for my deep dive. So now the patch notes. Okay, so we already read all that. New events and event optimizations. So a new, yes, we already know, we're going to get Arcadia, Senway, and Randall. That is the 14-day banner. Yep, we know. The supplementary banner is Wamagon, Hercules, and Kalaza. Wamagon's good, because that means I can get Wamagon on my free-to-play account. On both of my free-to-play accounts. Actually, no, probably can't do it on my other free-to-play account. But so if you want a copy of Wamagon, what you're gonna have to do is the 59-160 method. If you don't know how this works, you do 59 on Arcade, 1 on Wamagon to get the Wamagon pity, and then 60 on Arcade to get her pity. Now, if you're going for Mirror of Reformation 180, then you have to pull an additional 61 on Arcade. I got some like weird thing going on in my chest. If I have a heart attack and die, just keep pinging me on Discord. Get someone's attention. Anywho, Mirror of Reformation. That we should know this is coming. This is the get Caraxia or Astral tickets by pulling 180. If you pull 180, you get, I think, 40 Astral tickets, and you get an extra copy of Arcade. Yeah, main rewards being Universal Crystals, which you're never going to pull that much. That's like 240 or 300. I can't remember. Basically, you're just going to be going for the Arcade and Astral recruitment cards. But you have to do 180 to get the Arcade copy, which I'm going to do. I'm going to do 180. And I do need another copy of Wamagon, so I am going to be doing the 59-1 60-61. And that gets 180 on Arcade. Details Gathering. This is the offsetting event to Quantum Mimic Machine. So it's a bi-weekly event, or it's an every second week event. Mythic Runes. I'm not going to explain this again. If you want to get the 30 red runes, you have to spend $1 a day. You should know where by now. I have showed you guys enough. That is what I do. I don't spend a whole lot of money in this game, but this is one place that I still spend money. 99 cents a day for 7 days. It's going to give me more rusted gears to possibly get another Arcade copy. Well, what is on this thing? Arcade, Wamagon, and Titan Hammer. Okay, my Titan Hammer's maxed, unfortunately. But hopefully I can get another copy of Wamagon and Arcade, because I do not have Wamagon maxed. So that is how Details Gathering works. You get the gears from there. You spend $1, you get more gears, you get red runes. And then you use those gears on the Gamuzo's Bell, which is the supplementary side of Details Gathering. And you can get Arcade copies, Wamagon copies, and a good old red prototype, the big effing hammer. Hammer time. 7 days, right? Those are bi-weekly events. Project Premium, don't do it. Development, nope. Unhighlight. And then Endless Battle. A new Endless Battle event will open on most servers, meaning any server after week 2. During this event, you can earn points by challenging the bosses to exchange for Gachapon coins, which are the little like eggs things, to draw rewards in the bingo event. Okay, but they are changing, and you do notice now that we are not getting a Summit Arena. Why? This is when we get Summit Arena, but I guess not this time. Don't know why. But no Summit Arena. Kind of weird. There's one less Gene Hybrid for me. Game content adjustment. So basically, what other game content are we doing? So lots of gear stuff. I knew this was coming. I had it in my spreadsheet. But we're getting a lot more than just Immortal, Charge, and Rebirth gear. We are also getting Warrior, Guardian. So these are not the correct words for the gear sets we have in game. Warrior is Hero. Guardian is the defense one. Radiant is Vigorous. Sun Signet, Overload, Hawkeye, and Blessed. Basically, and this is where I am going to go in-game. Hero is Warrior. Steady is Guardian. Vigorous is Radiant. Sun Signet, Overload, Hawkeye. And that's it. And Blessed, which is where? Blessed's at the bottom, I think. So we are not getting Isolated or Zephyr, because who needs Isolated? So that gear is now going to Immortal. Hey, that was kind of cool. I still had the window open in the bottom there. So now we can finish off all of our sets because the majority of us probably have Sun Signet sets that we want to take to Immortal. But we can now, or not Immortal, to Legendary. After tempering, their set effects are as follows. So Immortal Charge. And I've already read this one. It's good. This is the Vanguard set. So before casting an energy skill, which sucks, because that better be ultimate, because Barrag and Ares don't have energy skills. Right? Yeah. Ooh, forgot that, huh? So that better mean ultimate, not just energy. Because if not, then that means this is only really good for Leo. Permanently increase the damage from ultimate skills by 15%, stacking up to 3 times. This would be really, really, really good for Ares if it means ultimate and not just energy. But remember when we read Ares' kit way back when they released it? They used energy all the time when referring to his ultimate, and he works on rage. So I'm guessing when this goes live in game, or if it as it is right now in game, if you're watching this tomorrow, when you use an ultimate, the damage from your ultimate is going to increase by 15% up to 3 times, which means 45%. That is huge. Like, that is going to turn Vanguards. Man. Oof. Yep. Because Vanguards are supposed to be, I think, what are Vanguards the counter to? They're not a hard counter to anything right now. But I'm assuming that they are kind of a hard counter to hunters, or they used to be back in the day. So, because, they can keep just displacing everybody and blah, 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 blah. So, tempering materials, Soul of Azura, coming from the Battlefield of Azura. Makes sense, because that's where the sets drop. Immortal Rebirth set. So, when healing a target with less than 50% HP, the healing amount is increased by 20%. This is just like Coronate, the purple prototype. Just slapped on as an effect onto your Rebirth set, which is awesome. Same tempering materials. This is not the set I'm going to be focusing on. I'm going to be focusing on charge sets, and I am going to be putting a charge set on probably Barrag first, because I have a surge set with some immortal pieces on my Ares. So probably Barrag is going to get it first. Hero set is just like 5% attack, right? And you have to use the Crimson Rot stuff. So all of these sets, these are going to be the last things you immortal, because I need so much materials from Crimson Rot to work on my Madness sets for my summoners that I am not worrying about beefing up an extra little 5% attack. But that's just the effect. Keep in mind, if you have, like, say, hero gloves for Anpu, you would want to do it. You would want to do it in that case. The Guardian, just plus 5% defense. That comes from Battlefield of Azura. Makes sense. That's a tank dungeon, that's defense. Vigorous, plus HP, plus 5. Coming from Battlefield of Azura. Makes sense because you get the healing gear out of there. Immortal Sun Signet. An extra 5% crit rate. Cool. We can always use more crit rate. Coming from Roulette of Truth, which is where we get Surge gear. Or the Surge stuff. Surge materials from. Overload. I guess Rickert. Yeah, I guess Rickert has Overload. A lot of people probably have Overload if they have really good crit rate. Crit damage plus 6. Okay, that's weird. Plus 5, plus 5, plus 5, plus 5, and then just plus 6. And that comes from Mirage Space, which is the summoner one. Immortal Hawkeye, an extra 12 accuracy. Weird number. Yeah, tempering materials comes from Mirage Space. A lot of people are at the point now where they're getting enough accuracy that you can move away. Like, say for my Anpu, I don't run a Hawkeye set anymore. I run a hero set. But okay, if you really have trouble hitting some accuracy benchmarks, then maybe you want to consider this, because that's like a 3 roll plus 12 accuracy. Immortal Blessed, which the only people I'm running Blessed on is Ares. I have an offset for Zeta. Damage reduction plus 5. And that comes from Molten Abyss, which drops the tank gear, so that makes sense. And then, of course, doesn't really need to be said, Battlefield of Azura is gonna get levels 7 to 10 It's going to drop all the shards you need, or all the materials you need to take those gear sets to Immortal. So this also comes out tomorrow as well. So I got a lot of videos to make tomorrow. I got all the endless battles to make. I got a dungeon thing to make. I got to do my free-to-play account summary. Yeah, just lock me in the office tomorrow. Optimize the equipment system again. They did say that they were going to be making optimizations to the equipment system over the next 2 months a long time ago. Added a batch forging function. Love it. Because like even tonight, I was looking for crit rate gloves. I had to do one at a time, whereas now I can select, say if I got 3 blank crit rate gloves, select, take them all up to 16 in a click of a button. Good that they're still doing these quality of lives. It's just like there's other stuff that you could be doing. This is just like really just small time saving things, which is fine. Keep doing it, but just there's other stuff you could be doing. Further optimize the pop-up window and logic functioning of equipment filtering. I thought it had gotten pretty good, but if they can make it better, sweet. Adjusted the Hell Arena. Okay, I read this morning. This is the anti-cheat mechanic. Hell Arena is going to start its second season on September 18th, which is Monday? Let me look at my calendar here. Yes, Monday. So when it rolls over. This season's buff is called Spirited Battle, which increases crit damage by 50% in the battles. At the same time, within 20 seconds. Okay, so for the first 20 seconds of the start of battle, the damage received by heroes is reduced by 60%. Okay. So, you know why they're doing this? Because of hunters. So, we're going to, whereas, say, this Hell Arena, heroes really suffered from the lack of energy regeneration. And we benefited by attack speed. So hunters did really good in that. I think assassins did really good in this one. This one's buffing crit damage. So that's going to be your energy, your hunters, your assassins, right? I think they're going to benefit the most. Damage reduction and increased damage reduction. Wait, the damage received. Yes. So they're basically, this is weird wording. The damage received is reduced by 60%. So basically, everyone's getting 60% damage reduction stacked on top. So that is going to benefit, say, summoners and tanks and vanguards. Which means hunters are going to be the most important class again this season, because hunters have true damage that can go through, or energy if you're using Miranda on your energy team. Energy and hunters are going to have a lot of true damage that pierces through that extra damage reduction. So it's going to be like it's not even there. So, keep that in mind when you're plotting out your teams. Adjusted that is not the anti-cheat mechanic either. Adjusted the items in the Hell Arena shop, so they are all going away, and then we're getting new ones. The blood-soaked, all of your currency that you're going to get Monday morning when you wake up, it does carry over. That has been confirmed by PIV. And this just means that you can use that currency to spend in the shop day 1 on the 18th when it refreshes. So don't think you're missing. If you're missing out on the big trophy or some other trophies, you know, you're going to have a huge chunk of rewards given that you've progressed as far as you can. And then you're going to be able just to pick up stuff right away in the new shop. So we are missing out. Like, I did not get the plus 20% HP PvP trophy. I got the PvE one and the small PvP one. So the second and third one. I'm going to miss out on that 20% HP. It might come back around again. I would hope that it does next month. Or wait, 2 months, because it's a 2-month, this is an 8-week event. So I can get it eventually. But I will have enough currency to get whatever the biggest trophy is in that shop on the 18th, I'm buying it. So that's how that's going to work. In order to enhance the fairness of Hell Arena, after this update, you could only change your defensive lineup in Hell Arena once per day. No more switching up your defense for your buddies. Not going to happen. Very, very cool. They should also do this for Summit Arena. Maybe that's why they're not launching Summit Arena, because they haven't figured out how to implement this into Summit Arena yet. Given that there was an increased an increased emphasis on anti-cheating last month. And then applied a new version of rules for Endless Battle. So Endless Battle is going live tomorrow, or is live today if you're watching this tomorrow. Added a preview of the next event that is only going to matter for tomorrow when we can't see the third event. Right? Who cares? We're just going to be able to look at the icon, figure out which boss it is, and know what team we're using. Added new point missions to obtain corresponding point rewards based on your highest points in history. Okay, so that means they're added new point missions to obtain corresponding point rewards based on your highest points in history. Okay, I'm not sure. We'll just see what that means. It sounds like your highest points in history. Okay. Added a new event stage missions to replace the original achievement missions. So this was the first time through. Say you had to do like 15 of each boss. Those missions, those achievements, they're gone. It sounds like we're getting different event stage missions. So they're going to be breaking down each fight into different stages that we have to complete. This type of missions will be gradually unlocked over time. So that's going to try to keep it a little bit fresh, right? Because if you were probably doing the same thing I was doing. You were going into whatever battle was live. You were doing 15 of them to get all of the achievement points, and then you were just doing basically the first day that it went live, and then you were autoing the next day. Now it sounds like you're actually going to have to try every day for 2 weeks. So get ready. Added new event levels. Completing various event missions, right? So these stage missions, I'm assuming. Completing various event missions can gain experience for improving the event level. Once the event level is increased, you will receive powerful stat bonuses in the instance. Okay, we'll see. After the event reaches the upper limit, the overflow of experience is converted into chests for you to collect. So if you are a kraken or a whale, you get more loot for reaching the highest level of damage or points. Optimize the system interfaces. Okay, this is not Endless Battles. This is a separate dash. So optimize the system interfaces. Unified the order of function buttons and reward icons in the bottom bar of Regular Arena, Galactic Arena, and Hell Arena. Unified the order of function buttons and reward icons. Okay, well, we'll find out. And then bug fixes. Holy, not a lot. This is the biggest one. They're going to fix Elite Chapters so that you can continue to auto it. So that was really annoying. Especially for someone like me that will bank up like 15 of them. And then I got to sit there and click, watch the fight. Click, watch the fight. Fix the issue when you tapped on the max level button. You could still jump to the inheriting level interface. That has never happened to me, so don't care. That is all. Okay. So that is Arcadia. That is her kit without all of the modifiers. And that is the patch notes, or that is the patch, or that is what's live right now. So what do we currently get in the arena? Order of function buttons. So, and it said rewards, right? The order of function buttons and reward icons in the bottom bar of regular arena. So they're changing this stuff down here. Right? I'm assuming this stuff right here. Okay, I didn't know it was a problem, but cool. So TLDR of this is we're getting Arcade. It's Mirror of Reformation. So pull 180. We're getting Wamagon. We're getting new Endless Battles, a revamped Endless Battles. We're getting new Immortal gear sets for everything except for the gear sets we get out of the Thundercliff. So we're getting levels 7 to 10 in Battlefield of Azutra. We're getting new Immortal Charge. We're getting new Immortal Rebirth. So the only dungeon they have left to do is Thundercliff, which is Unleashed and Bugmaster. And then they can start giving us level 11 each week, and then finally level 12. So they're going to have to roll those out slowly because we're going to have to amass all of this immortal gear to probably beat those upper levels unless we can just muscle through. So that was the TLDR of the patch for September 13th, which goes live September 14th. The word of the day is Womagon because I'm looking at him right now. Oh, that's me. Oh, look at that's me. Okay, well, I'm going to give myself a thumb up. There we go. Yeah, buddy. Well, I didn't realize how it went black like that. Oh, never mind. So, yeah, that's me. So, Womagon's the word of the day because he is the off banner. And he's cool. Come on, man. It's a dragon. It's a dragon. I'll catch you in the next one, ladies and gentlemen. Cheers. Peace. Bye-bye.